Hi guys, my name is Pratik Radi. Thank you very much for being on the channel. Channel's name is The Punch and you're watching What Matters. Even though it's a war happening miles apart, it has highlighted three very critical issues back in India. Number one, a complete failure of understanding the on-ground reality before the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, what was India doing when all other nations had already given strict advisories to their citizens staying in Ukraine that leave now, else there won't be any sort of military evacuations later on. This helped their citizens to make timely arrangements before the war. On the other hand, India released only a couple of precautionary advisories to travel cautiously within Ukraine and come back if they need to. They could not envisage that Russia could attack Ukraine, which many of our Western counterparts had anticipated due to on-ground and satellite surveillance, and issued timely and strict warning to evacuate. What a complete lack of ownership of leaving the citizens abroad. Didn't they know that so many Indians go to Ukraine to pursue medicine? Weren't they following the intelligence inputs of other countries if not their own? Now that the war has broke out, the government has come out of its slumber finally. But it's too late to carry out any sort of evacuation for 15,000 students stuck there, as many are stuck in the cities which are constantly being bombarded by Russians. There's not enough cash in hand, no supply of food, no proper drinking water, and no shelter as well. Forget the travel. Ukraine's airspace has been closed, hence no direct flight evacuation can also happen. Martial law has been imposed by Ukraine, which means any civilian would be shot if seen on the ground, and there are constant sirens every 5 minutes, leaving students mentally unstable. It's a complete mess out there, not just on the ground, but with the way Indian government has handled the situation so far. Students also blame the universities, as even they could not assess the situation properly and did not allow students timely to leave the nation. India is being dubbed as strong power by both Ukraine and Russia, and both had individually reached out to Prime Minister Modi personally. Putin spoke to Prime Minister Modi to update on the situation, and Ukraine President reached out to seek help in stopping the war. Still, Indian government has not been able to get their kids back. They are rather asking students to arrange their own travel to reach to the nearest border. To their horror, when few kids even managed to reach the border, they were beaten up by Ukrainian soldiers and not being allowed to cross. Many have fallen ill due to worsening weather conditions and no medical aid in hand. Students are in the grip of fear. Rather, back in India, questions are being raised on why the Indians go abroad for study, especially Ukraine. Can't they just study back in India? This brings us to the second issue. Is this for real? Can't we just talk about this later and focus on more pressing issue right now to get our kids back? And for a moment, even if we talk about the need of these students to go abroad to pursue medicine, then let me tell you the facts. First of all, there are not enough seats in Indian government medical colleges to make room for all. There's an all-India exam called NEET, which students take to get admissions to pursue MBBS and BDS and other allied courses in government and private institutions in India. There are only 66,000 seats under the exam in government colleges, while close to 16 lakh people take this exam every year. This makes it only 4% conversion rate for Indian government medical colleges. This leaves students with expensive private colleges only, where each year average fee is in the range of 10 lakh plus. Now, the average course duration of this MBBS course is 5 plus 1 years, which means 50 to 60 lakh fee to get just MBBS degree in India. On top of this, donations, which is again 20 lakh or so. This makes a private college MBBS seat close to 1 CR in India, while the same in Ukraine or Russia would cost them 1/3 of the amount. So why shouldn't anyone go there to study? What a mess Indian education system is in, which prompts so many bright students to go abroad, and that too to a much smaller nation than India, to pursue medicine. Anyways, this is to be addressed later. Let's get back to more pressing need as of now. Back in Ukraine, many students are tweeting and complaining of government hotlines not being responded to. The government seems to be as clueless as kids. On top of that, even on evacuation flights, the tickets are being sold 3 times the usual ones. While the usual ticket price is 20,000, this is being sold at 60,000 per person as of now. There are visuals of students being beaten and not being allowed on trains which are going to western borders of Ukraine. Indians are stuck and caught in the war for clearly no fault of theirs, but only the lack of responsibility and timely action by Indian government. As we speak, 4 Indian ministers have been sent to various border countries of Ukraine to arrange for Indian evacuations as part of Operation Ganga, which is underway. We just hope this is of some help and we are able to evacuate all those willing students safely. But this is not going to be simple, as Putin's forces are now frustrated on not being able to enter Kyiv even on day 5, and now they will be coming with full force. This is race against time. We pray for the safety of all. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.